Every personality type can be a victim of a toxic individual, such as a psychopath or a malignant narcissist. Lack of empathy, an exaggerated feeling of entitlement, a delusion of superiority, and a propensity to use others for their own advantage are all characteristics of toxic individuals. Whether you are an INFJ or not, an introvert or an extrovert, you have certainly met at least one toxic person in your lifetime. Having said that, it's intriguing to see that INFJ personality types are disproportionately represented on sites like Psychopath Free, a community for those who have survived narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths. INFJs could be a little more likely than other people to attract toxic people. It can seem strange that one of the most genuine personality types might get involved with someone who is unauthentic and only attractive on the surface. However, there are a number of valid reasons why these two individuals could be drawn to one another. Let's look at how the INFJ's characteristics interact with narcissist characteristics, and how, like any other personality type, we may be both weak to narcissists and strong as a result of our interactions with them. Why do narcissists attack the INFJ? Here are 3 explanations for why so many INFJs end up becoming narcissists' targets despite the fact that not all of them would. 1. INFJs are looking for the ultimate partnership. Idealists are INFJs. The few individuals they let into their innermost seclusion are highly valued by them. INFJs have the proper intentions when they look for the ideal partner. They merely desire what they know in their hearts they deserve. A partner who values and respects them for who they are. A time of excessive idealization and grooming that a narcissist exposes a victim through is known as love bombing to an INFJ. May appear like the pinnacle high of a great relationship at first. The INFJ finally receives the love, adulation, and attention they may not otherwise receive. INFJs are verbal lovers and may at first find the narcissist's flattery endearing. Like any other personality type, they are susceptible to the false mask of seeming vulnerability and unadulterated adulation worn by toxic people. An INFJ, however, can tell the difference between genuine curiosity and an untrue agenda if they have mastered all the ruses and traps of such charlatans. 2. INFJs frequently feel the need to correct other people. One of the greatest strengths of this sensitive personality type is compassion. But INFJs occasionally run the danger of doing more than simply providing assistance and acting as a catalyst for someone's development. Instead, they attempt to fix a poisonous individual who refuses to accept responsibility for their own recovery. Please understand that it is not your fault if you are an INFJ who has experienced emotional abuse at the hands of narcissistic parents or a toxic relationship. Although a toxic individual may have taken advantage of your sensitivity and empathy, they still rank among your best contributions to the world. That just implies that you should be more selective in how you utilize your empathy, and only show it to those who won't abuse it. Realize that there are sincere folks out there who will be appreciative of your help and won't abuse your sympathies. You don't have to violate your own limits in order to live up to toxic people's unrealistic expectations. 3. For INFJs to thrive, their interactions must be harmonious. INFJs often avoid conflict at all costs, so they could feel as though they are approaching a toxic relationship on thin ice. Because to the impact of trauma, any abuse survivor, emotional or physical, can be predisposed to doing this. To maintain the peace, INFJs may, however, be even more prone to justifying, denying, and minimizing the actions of their abusers. The INFJ may be gaslighted by narcissists into believing that whatever treatment they receive is all in their mind, while in reality, their sensitivity is warning them of unwholesome conduct or even danger. The afflicted INFJ could hear this from abusive spouses, relatives, or acquaintances who accuse them of being too sensitive. INFJs can be quite sensitive, it's true, but they can also think critically and know when their limits have been breached. If the INFJ does speak up, they could feel the need to retract their remarks. The issue is that, despite lengthy talks about their conduct, when you apologize to a toxic person who consistently harms you, you disobey the inner voice telling you that this connection is unhealthy. You start to understand that you're not the one who is sensitive. Although while toxic individuals might have extremely sensitive egos and may lose their cool when they don't get their way, they are actually the ones who lack empathy. How INFJs may defense against narcissists. What can you do to safeguard yourself against dating a narcissist? One solution is to be true to who you are and what you want from a relationship. Don't assume that everyone who at first glance appears like the perfect friend or companion actually is. In order to reach the genuine thing, one of the major hurdles for INFJs is learning to value ourselves and our intuition above the appearance of the ideal. In many circumstances, romantic love develops gradually out of compassion. A brief moment of chemistry does not always signify the possibility of a lasting relationship. Don't all in on a relationship right away. Give it time to grow. Watch how the other person behaves in a variety of settings and with other individuals. How, for instance, is the restaurant waitress treated there? Its mother, friends of yours. Early on, watch out for warning signals and indicators that the connection is good for you. How INFJs may liberate themselves from toxic people. It could feel hard to get yourself out of a relationship with a narcissist if you are in one. The good news is that INFJs may use their fire spirits to get out of a poisonous circumstance. INFJs have a strong desire to put an end to injustice, and they may even take drastic measures like removing everyone from their lives who behaves badly. If they're ready to face confrontation head-on, INFJs can use their stubbornness to their advantage when severing relationships with narcissists. Then they will be able to have the healthy lifestyles they deserve. The issue isn't the INFJ's sensitivity or readiness to point out maltreatment when it comes to poisonous individuals. Instead, because of their heightened sensitivity, INFJs are frequently able to feel deeply intuitively when someone is poisonous or even a malignant narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. Your sensitivity might serve as a psychic sensor for hazardous substances. Thus, while it's important to sit back and observe your response to someone thoughtfully, keep in mind that, as an INFJ, you also have a strong sense of intuition. Yet, unlike many other personality types, you might be able to detect harmful vibes more quickly. What does all of this imply, then? It implies that, as an INFJ, you may trust your inner voice because it often serves as your best friend and source of solace in trying circumstances. You don't have to constantly fix things in order to be a healer and make a difference in the world. Don't dismiss your sensitivity as paranoia if you're a sensitive person, since it's actually one of your best weapons for intuition. Yet even from a distance, you may still have compassion for people as a highly empathetic person. Just maintaining the peace does not require you to put up with anyone's negativity, maltreatment, or abuse. Holding people responsible for their own rehabilitation is the most compassionate, loving thing you can do for them, for you, and for the entire planet.